Hey everybody, how are you doing? Welcome. Let me know whether or not you can hear me in the chat and let me know where you are watching me from. We are diving deep into the science of the human body, especially the human scalp. I am just going to keep layering different reasons on top of you to the point that you're not going to be able to negate it. But let's hop into this. Let me know again if whether or not you can hear me in the chat. Yeah. Hello, sister. Yes, perfect. And you're watching from down. Yes. Okay, perfect. So we're giving people a chance to come in. We know how the notifications be, right? But today I want us to dive really, really, really deep into the layers of the human scalp. Now, we've talked about oil on the scalp in so many different ways, but again, there's always confusion, which I understand, right? Excuse me. I understand, right? Like if you go on YouTube, you go on social media. Oh, baby, why am I still touching this on the buttons right here? What up, though, baby? So most of the time, if you hear me say what the things that I say, and then you go on social media and you see all of your favorite YouTubers or whatever you want to call them saying something different, you're going to be a little confused. So I'm not going to talk you to death. We are going to jump straight into this. But before we do, I want to go ahead and drop our disclaimers, right? Just really quick. I want to drop a couple of disclaimers for you guys. At first, I was going to like sit down and do a whole recorded video and all of the things for this, but I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that. I feel like we can get things done better and I'll be able to unpack this in an easier way if we could just all speak frankly. So I just want to drop this little disclaimer right here to let you guys know that even after everything that I'm going to say in this video, what I want you to do is book an appointment, especially if you have insurance of any type. Right? If you can book an appointment with a dermatologist by the end of this video, you're going to have a full list of information that I want you to go and verify with your dermatologist. By the end of this video, you will see other people who have done those things, right? So make sure that you know that. And also, any video clips that you see me use in this video, girl, nobody is trying to take claim to any of this little dumb content that y'all are about to watch. Okay, girl, I am in no way, shape, or form saying that this belongs to me. So before we get started, right, let me know if you know who B Love is. And as I say this is not a video about her. This is not a video. None of my videos, none of the clips that I use are ever going to be about the people that are in them. Again, as a scientist, along with if you are yourself a scientist or in any field of the scientific realm, you know that within lectures there are so many different video examples that your instructor is going to use. And it is not a personal attack on anybody. These are just examples, all right? But the example that I'm giving you today, right? The example that I'm giving you today is just one of many, right? Because every time you go across social media, there's some new product that's telling you, some new person that's telling you that this product is going to be it for them. And they just use this oil on their hair and it just took their hair to the next level. And then you guys all go after it, you go buy it, and things of that nature. So, originally, I was just going to put in a small clip of this, but I'm going to play it from the beginning and stop it when we get to the part that I'm talking about, because if I don't, then we'll have the issue with context and all of the things. So,
hair. If we do not manipulate, put a lot of manipulation in our hair, if we keep our hands out of our hair, if we don't wash our hair a whole lot, but if we use natural products that's going to enhance our hair, we can do a lot with our hair. And I don't know why people think that we can't, you know? We are listen, let me pin that. I'm just trying to tell y'all, I am a living proof. I've never ever in my life had such healthy hair by using organic products and leaving my hair alone. Leaving my hair alone and not washing it and stripping it so much, not putting dyes in it and making it bad. You know what I'm saying? Putting natural oils in it and letting it thrive. When I tell you this is a answer to prayer.
Now, really quick, I just want to make this comment, this statement. I want to make this really, really fast. And then we're going to get back into the video. Every time you come on social media, you'll see people like, oh my God, you want to have healthy hair? You can't use hair color. You can't use chemicals. You can't do this. That's not true. Because a lot of the women that you see we're not talking about Black women. The majority of women that you see have color and chemical treated hair. Okay. And they still have hair to their butts. So that has nothing to do with it. There are women who get chemicals, who get color, who get all types of treatments that have hair to their butt. So again, this is the first note that I want you to make for yourself. If coloring your hair and all of the things and any chemical whatsoever, relaxers and all of the things, if that was a definite fact, then there would not be a group of women who did things properly and didn't experience these things, right? So that is one of the key points and one of the main purposes for going to cosmetology school, because by going to cosmetology school, you learn how to use chemicals without damaging the layers of the human scalp, which we're going to talk about in a second. But I want to unpack that, and I need you to write that down, make that note. Yes, chemicals can be damaging, absolutely, if you don't know what you're doing, which is why on my channel, I'll never give information about hair color and how to mix hair color, because there are layers of education that go along with doing hair color. So I'm never just gonna like throw hair color at you and try to teach you things about hair color, because there are layers to it. Absolutely, if you don't know what you're doing and you're coloring your hair, then you're going to break your hair off. But the truth of the matter is, if coloring the hair is what messed up the hair in general, then the majority of the women on the planet will be bald, because the majority of the women on the planet have color treated hair. But I digress. Let's keep going. Oh my God.
It is such an answer to prayer. It builds your confidence all the way up through the roof. And people think, I don't know why people think that you have to add, except I didn't add anything to my hair. These are all mine, naturally grown out my scalp. And my hair has been grown by leaps and bounds by this product, and the oils in it has really helped my hair. Let me just tell y'all know your head is 8 times more absorbent than your skin, and it goes straight to your bloodstream. So you having all these natural things going to your scalp, it is helping everything with you, okay? Everything. When I tell you, y'all, it's the truth. My hair has been grown by leaps and bounds by this product, and the oils in it has really helped my hair. Let me just tell y'all know your head is 8 times more absorbent than your skin, and it goes straight to your bloodstream. So you having all these natural things going to your scalp, it is helping.
So now that we're past that, I'm going to go ahead and remove this from my studio, because I don't even want this in the studio. I wanted to play that clip so you guys would know I'm not attacking anybody. That is an example. This is a statement that has been spread across social media, and it's just repeated multiple times over and over and over and over and over again, to the point that everybody wants to call it truth. It is not truth. There is nothing truthful about that statement. And right now, we're going to break that down. So if you are ready for that, give me a 2 within the chat. And I also need you to go ahead and look in the description box below. If you want to follow along with it, then make sure you check the link in the description box below, because through the link in the description box below, I am going to break down to you how scientists have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that the essential oils that you put on your scalp do not absorb into your bloodstream in high enough quantity to do anything or to have any adverse reaction on the human scalp. If a oil or something that has essential oils worked for you, that is simply for the reason that you, my love, have had an overgrowth of yeast and bacteria that was slowing down the natural hair growth process. And then once you killed the overgrowth of yeast and bacteria, the hair growth cycle was able to reset itself. But oil does not absorb into the bloodstream, and we're going to unpack that. So again, we have tools across the board. Perfect. I just don't want to move on until you're ready. But that's it. I didn't want to dive too deep into what she had to say because it wasn't important. And then after that, she just kind of goes deeper into like, it's so important and the oils go directly from your scalp to your bloodstream. That is a lie. It is a lie. And once you guys understand that, then we can constantly begin to unpack these things and make it make sense. So we're not constantly running after products and buying things. I need y'all to understand that most of the people that y'all are watching on social media, they're selling products. Every person who purchased some of that oil that was going to absorb into the bloodstream, she was going to get a percentage off of that. And this is not an attack on her. This is what women are doing right now. They're selling oils. So let's unpack it. And hopefully by the end of this video, most women will understand that oils and butters and things of that nature, if you want to put it on the scalp, understand that all you're doing is feeding into a habit or a vanity metric. But there is nothing about oils that is going to absorb into the bloodstream in high enough quantity to do anything. So let's get into it. Are you guys ready? Okay. So, do you think that oils grow your hair or enter the bloodstream? Well, science says no. So let's kill that myth right now. All right. Let's debunk the myth that applying oil to your scalp does not detoxify your body, balance the hormones, or enter the bloodstream in any meaningful way. It doesn't. Most carrier oils are too large to penetrate the skin barrier. And even essential oils only absorb in trace amounts, very, very small amounts. And make sure y'all stick around to the end because I am going to give you exact scientific data. Actually, it's already within the blog post that is going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. You can go to the article, you can read the full entire systems, right? Okay, the full entire studies. So, in fact, long-term oil buildup can lead to clogged hair follicles, which causes scalp inflammation and leads to hair thinning over time, hair weathering. All right. If you've been oiling your scalp and thinking it's a miracle cure, the science says otherwise. This is how oil really affects the scalp, follicles, and the hair shaft, and what you should be doing instead of really oiling your hair for hair growth. All right. So, again, if you are on the blog post, you don't need to click this button here because you're already here with me. But this here on the blog, this is something that you can take with you or something that you can download like a PDF. You can screenshot it over on the blog and it breaks down everything that I'm about to say today, along with the different articles that you can go and search. Remember that these things were searched long ago. I was born in 1990. These articles and all of this data was searched in 96 and prior to that. So this is not new information, all right? We are going to keep coming back to this. So if you want to screenshot something just to have it, then this is something that I want you to do because we are going to talk about this a lot, all right? So give me an 8 in the chat if you are with me so I can keep going. So we are going to talk about the stratum corneum, right? The stratum corneum is right here. Okay, you can see it. The stratum cornea is this first layer of skin. This is where you put all of your oils and butters and all of the things, all of the greases, all of the oils that you're putting on the scalp. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call it what it is. Put it in the chat for me and in the comments. Stratum corneum. This is the very, very first word at the very top, the very first line. Again, come on. I know that it seems like busy work, but it is not busy work. I need you to type it in the chat for me, stratum corneum, because it is very important. All right. We can't just overlook these things. Okay. So, why oil doesn't absorb into the blood scalp? The very first thing, the scalp has a barrier called the stratum corneum, which is the outer layer of the skin, which is really good at keeping most things out, especially larger molecules like oils. Most carrier oils like coconut or castor oil are too large of a molecule structure to pass through the skin to enter the bloodstream in the first place. So this is why essential oils, right, are a little bit of an exception when it comes to penetrating the stratum corneum, because they're made of tiny volatile compounds. So a small amount can get into the bloodstream, but it's only in highly concentrated, and if used in really high amounts, often with heat or massage. Now let's keep going. Don't think, because most of y'all see like, see, as long as you do a massage, it's gonna absorb. Let's keep talking. Don't just take one line and then make a completely different story, because that's what most people have done. And by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. When you start unpacking these articles, you're going to see how the YouTubers, the TikTokers, the whoever in hell, they're just seeing one line, one sentence, and then making a whole video series, and you're following it. But don't be that way. Let's continue to unpack. Okay, let's keep going. So it gets into the bloodstream, but only if it's highly concentrated and used in high amounts, often with heat or massage. Even then, it's still minimum and not enough to change the body's chemistry. Okay, so it's just in very small amounts. It's not enough to speed up, slow down, adjust the hair growth cycle in any way, shape, or form. And we're going to unpack that more. Right? So if you're oiling your scalp and thinking that you have to detox your liver, if you think you're detoxing your liver from oiling your scalp or balancing your hormones by oiling your scalp, that's a no. Science doesn't support that in any way, shape, or form. They've been studying it for decades. It's never been proven, ever. So this is something that we have to stop. But let's keep going. Number 2, how oil affects the hair shaft and the follicles over time. Oil in the hair isn't all bad, right? But here is what is happening over time if you're not careful. So when I say oil in the hair isn't all bad, I mean, like, if you are about to get some type of protective style of some kind, and then they say, okay, I'm just gonna put some oil on your ends, and the reason that I'm saying ends isn't because the ends need oil, but the ends are the furthest thing away from the scalp, so that way that the oil don't get on the scalp. If I say mid shaft, halfway up, you're going to go up a little higher than that, and then the oil is going to get on your scalp. It's not that the ends need oil, the ends are the furthest from the scalp. Okay, so I digress. Let's keep going. So clogged hair follicles, right? Heavy or thick oils can build up on the scalp, especially if not washed out properly. So if you are constantly putting oils and butters on your scalp, if you're a woman who does that, you're also a woman who thinks that you're not supposed to shampoo the hair that often. She just said that. Right? So you're putting oils on the scalp and you're not shampooing it off. Mind you, in the last video, we talked about the scalp's pH level and that it has to have a water soluble environment at all times. And it has to have a healthy pH level. Well, the only way something can have a pH level is if it has water in it. Oil doesn't have water content, so there is no pH level. So you're automatically disturbing the pH level and blocking the follicle, which automatically triggers for inflammation, which leads to alopecia and things of that nature down the line, but I digress. That buildup blocks the follicle, making it harder for the hair to grow freely, potentially leading to thinner hair over time, or even scalp inflammation all over the whole head. You will notice that, yeah, there are a lot of women who are oiling the scalp, but you're also noticing that their hair is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. Or sometimes, if you look at the roots of a woman that oils and greases the scalp, there is a lot of empty space, right? I digress. We ain't even gonna go there because then I want y'all to start attacking people. Next up, weakened shaft. Oil creates a barrier, but it can also trap dirt, sweat, and products. And if it's not cleaned regular, which most of y'all don't shampoo y'all hair on a regular basis, that mixes and breaks down the cuticle layer, which is the protective layer of the hair shaft in the first place, making it brittle and prone to breakage, and also oxidation. Some oils, especially when exposed to air and heat, can go rancid on the scalp over time. That's oxidative stress, which can actually damage the scalp environment and age the follicles. So everybody thinks that they're doing something. Oh, I oiled and greased my scalp and I shampoo it. I only leave it on there for 7 days and then I shampoo it off. You're still messing up your scalp. You're messing it up. I need you to understand, you don't need a full 7, 8 days. You don't need 14 business days for the bacteria on your scalp to be overpopulated because you're adding oils and greases and butters. You don't need a long period of time for that. That happens instantly, right? So the bottom line is, oils do not enter the bloodstream from your scalp in a significant amount enough to cause any effect or any change within the human body. And while oiling can help to seal in moisture, if that's what you want to do, is only short term, and heavy or long term use without proper shampooing can weaken the scalp and the hair. And it's happening right in front of y'all faces, whether you want to accept it or not, right? Think of oil more like a different surface level conditioner, not a deep internal treatment. Oils that you are putting on your scalp are not penetrating the follicle at all, right? They're not going past that stratum corneum. That's just not going past that top layer. And not only is it not going past the top layer, the essential oils that do go past the top layers are not highly enough. It's not potent enough for it to cause any type of change in your body's chemistry. This is a fact. It's a fact. And guess what? If it was highly concentrated enough to get into the bloodstream, you would be skin bald. So you cannot have a safe concentration of essential oils on the scalp and have it highly concentrated enough to penetrate the follicle to go all the way deep down to the pore and to the bloodstream. That doesn't make sense. Before we start going, right, I want y'all to look at this. This is the human scalp. So when you put oil down, you put oil on the stratum corneum. That's where you're putting all of the oil. You're squeezing it all there, right? But it doesn't get anywhere. So I need y'all to see where the bloodstream is, right? I need y'all to see at the bottom. Give me a 3 in the chat when you see it. But you can see where those blood vessels are, or where those veins are, right? Where those blood veins are. And then you can also see that there are even smaller, skinnier veins that go up just simply to the bottom of the hair's follicle. So that big thick vein that you have of blood is not the same thing that the hair follicle is getting. The blood supply of the hair follicle is very limited. So if you are packing the stratum corneum full of oils, full of butters, full of things that cause a barrier that have no pH level, you are not helping. So this is the thing. I challenge you to let me know how you're helping. It's one thing to say I'm making things up, right? It's one thing to say that, but these are scientifically proven facts. This is why when most Black women go to see dermatologists are irritated. They don't want to have the conversations, because to say that the oils that you're putting on your scalp are in any way, shape, or form changing your blood circulation or anything is crazy, because it can't even penetrate. It can't get past the stratum corneum. The stratum corneum, I'm sorry. Look how many different layers are after the stratum corneum before you even get to the bloodstream. Look how far down the human bloodstream is. This is why when I'm on YouTube and you see me answering comments, this is why most doctors, most scientists are annoyed by these conversations, because this is basic anatomy. So to go back and forth with women about if whether or not an oil is going to be able to get all the way to the bloodstream when the oil's molecules are too big to even fit through the stratum corneum is absolutely insane. It's insane. It is. So before I move on, I'm going to come back in the chat just to see if you guys are with me, and you are. Okay. So does that make sense? Really quick before I keep going, because I don't want to keep going. If it don't make sense to you, then I'll stop and I'll explain it in a different way. And if it still doesn't make sense, I'm not going to call you dumb or nothing. That's what I'm here for tonight, because we obviously are a little confused. Obviously something is disconnected somewhere. Something is disconnected somewhere to the point that we are in a place where we can't understand this, or to the point where we want to argue this. And again, I don't want you to take my word for it. In the blog post that's in the description box below, I've already broken it down, right? I've already broken it down. You can go and research all of these things. That's why I'm like, write down stratum corneum, stratum corneum, stratum corneum. I want it to be in your head, because when you watch videos where they're like, oil and grease the scalp, I want you to be thinking stratum corneum, research, go Google, can this product with these ingredients, can it penetrate the stratum corneum? And every time it's going to tell you no. If you come across a video of somebody telling you that the oils and the butters and the things that you put on your scalp are going to get to your bloodstream, sign off the video and go to something else. That makes no sense. It doesn't. Now, if you come across a video of somebody that is like, okay, well, if you eat this or you eat this or you ingest this, then I'm not necessarily going to argue that. We can still sit down and see what the ingredients and all the key constituents are and things of that nature. But for somebody to tell you that oil is going to your bloodstream is completely idiotic. And so now that you know, this is not something that I made up. It's not something that I made up. Within the blog post, give me a 2 if you check the blog post. There are all of the scientific data, all the studies. You can go look it up yourself. I've given you all of the information. You can go read, but it's going to take a while. Read through their entire study. It makes absolutely no sense. Okay? No sense. So let's keep going. Just wanted to make sure everybody was okay, you know. So stop it. Say it in the chat for me. And put it in the comments. Stop it. God damn it. Stop it. Make some sense. Stop it. Okay. So number 2, how does oil affect the hair shaft and follicle over time? Oil in the hair isn't all that bad. I think I just read this already. Didn't I just read this already? It doesn't matter. I'm about to read it again. Clogged hair follicles. Heavy or thick oils can build up on the scalp, especially if not washed properly. The buildup blocks the follicles, making it harder for the hair to grow freely, potentially leading to thinner hair and scalp inflammation over time. Next up is weak hair shaft. Oil creates a barrier, but it can also trap dirt, sweat, and products. And if not properly cleaned regularly, that mix can break down the cuticle layer, and that causes different things to happen, making the hair more brittle and prone to breakage, because the cuticle layer is the protective layer of the hair shaft. And next up is oxidation. Some oils, especially when exposed to air and heat, can go rancid on the scalp over time, and that oxidative stress, which is actually the thing that causes the scalp damage in the first place. So again, So the bottom line is, number one, when we're talking about skin absorption and the bloodstream, the stratum corneum, which is the outer layer of the hair, blocks most substances from entering the bloodstream long before they ever get there, right? So this first study, I want you to research it for yourself. Go ahead, screenshot this while you're here. These are things that I want you to research on your own. In this new year, I am so past trying to prove things that have already been proven. Go read it for yourself, okay? If you here and you can sign on here and you can read the title of this video, you can read this full article. And again, don't just read one line. See, it does absorb. No, read the entire article in its totality and then put it and link it with the information that you already know. Stop looking for a savior. Stop looking for somebody to teach you everything. No, you really take the time to learn the human body. Okay, these doctors, and these scientists, I'm sorry, found that only small, very small, lipid soluble, low molecular weight compounds can penetrate the skin. And that's a fact. Most carrier oils, all right, most carrier oils like coconut oil, castor oil, and olive oil have high molecular weight. Now, just because something is low on the comedogenic scale does not mean that it doesn't have a high molecular weight. And if something has a high molecular weight, it cannot penetrate the stratum corneum. So when you are putting these oils on your scalp, you are doing nothing but blocking and messing up the natural pH level of the scalp. And it's a fact. All right. Most carrier oils are already read that. Essential oils like tea tree or peppermint have small volatile molecules under 300 DA, and that can penetrate the skin in small amounts. But the studies have already shown all of the data, right? Most of it is shown for aromatherapy, but it only showed that trace amounts, very, very small amounts of essential oils even enter the bloodstream and were quickly metabolized. Listen, so understand this. Not only were there very, very small amounts of oils, of volatile oils from the essential oils that you're putting on the scalp, right? The carrier, because the olive oil, the coconut oil, all of that, all of the mess that y'all want to put on your scalp, those are all carriers of the essential oils. Once the essential oils get past the stratum corneum, right? Only trace amounts, very small amounts of them were found. And those amounts didn't stay in the body long enough for them to affect change. They metabolized. The body metabolized them and turned them into food. It never touches the bloodstream. It's a fact. It is a fact. These are things that I need you to write down and understand. Nobody is trying to steal your sunshine or your hip hop, baby, but we just have to call a spade a spade. It doesn't make sense to say that oils and greases and all of that penetrates the scalp and goes to the bloodstream. It makes no sense. It is not proven by any scientific facts. Y'all are literally just signing online, and whoever has the most followers, whoever got the nicest gift of gab, y'all believe everything that they have to say. And this is the issue, right? Hold on, y'all. I gotta close this window. And that is one of our main issues. I hope everybody is taking notes, right? So this is something that I really, really want y'all to understand. I want you guys to make sure you go over and read the rest of this blog post because it gives you a little bit of insight. And I want you to really take notes because I am in no way, shape, or form trying to prove anything to you. All of the information is here. These are all facts. I'm not making anything up, right? And so again, when you head over to my blog post, everything that I just talked about, plus some things that I didn't address yet, I'm gonna head over to the chat and then we'll jump back into the pieces that I need to address based on the questions that y'all are asking. So go ahead and ask your questions based on what we talk about today, girl. Please don't ask me about no co-washing conditioner, okay? But I want you guys to take this screenshot and research this on your own because we even have for the second portion of it, right? You know how I always tell you guys that the oils and things of that nature, it blocks the follicles, leads to inflammation. We have studies that have been done for years. I just gave you a couple that you can copy and paste and go research for yourself. I'm not making any of these things up. These things are proven. In a second, we're going to hop into some women that actually listened and the results that they have. But I'm going to come back here on the screen really quick for you. So let me know, how are you guys feeling so far? How are you feeling? Girl, never. Oh my goodness, no. Girl, you made me not even want to come back on screen. Hold on, let me take this off. Girl, no, I will never. I will, oh my, I will slide down a pole before I ever do that again. I swear I will. Oh no. Hold on, guys. Right. Okay, here we go. Sam, please come out of retirement. Absolutely not. Girl, bye. I love you, but no. No. Mm-mm. I already tried that. Yes, one bad apple will spoil a whole bunch. When one bad apple spoiled it, they spoiled that. I'm going to take a couple of questions. Yes, sister. Oh my God. Like that's one of like my main reasons for wanting to come live right now. Because I never, when I make videos, I'm never making videos like, oh, Hell's down. My facts are the best. Like, no. Mm-mm. No, I want you to research these things for yourself. And you know what? When you research things for yourself, it makes it even better. Because you read it yourself with your own understanding. Because the thing is this, and I hope no religious people are in here, or if you are, just don't get offended by what I'm about to say. But the way that I look at YouTube is the same way that I look at the church. People look at the Bible and they pick out bits and pieces that they like, and based on the bits and pieces that they like, they make up shit to get what they want to get out of people. But the facts still remain the facts. And if you do not want to be manipulated, you have to decide if whether or not you are going to be a shepherd of a flock and you are your own flock, or if you're going to be a sheep. And the truth of the matter is, most women are sheep. Most people are looking for somebody to follow. I do not want you following me. I don't want followers. I don't like followers around me. I don't make friends with followers. It's not my thing. It annoys me because you have the same intellect that I do. And you have the same amount of time in your day as I do. So sit down and do the research. Look up the files that I told you about. And then look it up for yourself. And you will be able to see, oh my God, putting oil on my scalp is stupid. Oh my God, putting essential oils on my scalp is stupid. And then when you say this, there'll be women like, well, I put it on my scalp and it worked. But the women who said that they did it and they work are also women who only shampoo their hair probably once a month or once every 4 weeks or once every 3 months. And or if they shampoo once every 2 weeks, they're not actually using shampoo and conditioner. They use shampoo and then they use oil as a replacement for the conditioner because that's what they told you to do. Or they'll use co-wash conditioner altogether, which does not have the ability to remove any of the yeast and bacteria that's on the scalp ever. These are all things you can research for yourself and unpack for yourself. And those are the things that I want you to do. Those are the things that I want you to do. Really quick, as we're talking, in a minute, I'm going to let anybody up on stage only for a second. This ain't gonna turn into like us being up here going live together for 12 hours. But if there are any women who want to come up and just share their scalp process with them. Like if you are a woman who used to oil and grease and butter your scalp all the time like chicken, and then you stopped, and the second you stop, your inflammation went away or your hair is growing back and you're just finding results from that, then if you are a part of the 7-day challenge or the growth cycle blueprint, go into those groups, right, and check your emails. Go into the group, and the link is in the group if you want to come up on stage and tell your story or whatever, if you want to share a little bit about it. But while we wait for people to come up, I'm going to go look at y'all comments, and then we are going to get to some results from people that we already have. Yes, okay. Good. I'm so glad. So everybody let me know. Does it make sense? Yes. And then when this video is over, can y'all do me a favor? And in the comments, just go write stratum corneum. Just go write it down. And I'm telling you, the more you write it down, anytime, I'm telling you, just like the same way most of y'all, if y'all was around on my channel years ago, when I was like, do you wash your hair like you wash your ass? Do you co-wash your ass? Everybody's like, dang, saying now I can only think of, do you co-wash your ass? I want that to be the same thing. Anytime oil is on the scalp, oils are that have larger molecules, they cannot penetrate the stratum corneum. So I want it stuck in your head. Like I need it stuck in your head. Okay, good. Everybody's getting it. That's when I was telling everybody to stop it. How often should you use oil? Never. If you for what? Okay, this is a better question. When you pick up the oil to use it, why are you using it? What purpose are you serving? Every product that you pick up, every tool that you pick up needs to be able to answer the question why. And what is this doing that my body cannot do naturally for itself? When you're talking about products, what is this oil doing? In what way will you need it? Why do you need it? That's the question that you have to answer. Don't ask me how often should you use oil. When you're about to pick up the oil, why are you using it? What purpose is it going to serve? That's the question that I have for you. So I'm counteracting your question with the question. Oh yeah, I already saw that. No, never. No. That's like asking somebody to go back to jail when they've been out. Girl, you've been free. Girl, please come back to jail, girl. We missed you. Come back to jail. We missed you. Girl, that chicken you used to make every year, it's good as hell. Come back, girl. I'm not coming back there. I'm not coming over there, baby. Mm-hmm. Me and my scalp is feeling so much better. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna go into the poll. The poll. I'm not. No, like every time. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'll do one story time for y'all today. It's not gonna be a lady of the night. Most of my OGs have heard this story before. It's like about one of my regulars. It's like one of my worst, most irritating clients. But the poll. Somebody come get her. She's missing like a stripper. Somebody come get her. She's spilling on her liquor. Screwed up. Girl, I'm gonna be on the pole before I be back into the line. That's on my mama. And somebody come get her. Looking at scientific journals and went down. Yes. Oh my God. And then, okay. All you have to do when because somebody asked me this before, I'll get back to this question in a minute. Somebody asked me this before. How do you search scientific journals? All you have to do, anything that you want to know, put oils in the follicle. Oils make hair grow. .webmd. .edu. .gov. You want to put .edu. .edu, .gov, and stuff like that, because when you do that, what pops up is the side of the internet that are medical journals. If you just type in what oils in the hair, you're going to get Team Natural websites. All of the Team Natural girls that are on YouTube, a lot of them have blogs, and if you just randomly type in how do oils really affect the scalp, you're going to get the same shit that you've heard on YouTube. Google is set up in like different departments. If you want to find the scientific journals, you have to put .edu at the end of the things that you're searching, right? .gov, .education, or you can even do one better thing that you can do. Let's say you go online and you search like a university. Let's say you just go online and you search like, oh, what's the best school, the best university, or the best education. Where can I get the best education for scalp disorders, dermatology, and things of that nature with the skin, right? And then it'll just pop up a bunch of different schools. So then what you want to research, you'll just type in follicle death dot whatever that school is. And then it'll be a wide range of medical journals that are going to pop up. That is how you search the internet for medical journals. That's what you do. But just going online and being like, oh, oil in the scalp. The internet is going to give you the dumb stuff that they think that you want to read. And that's just how it goes. Because the internet that y'all read and the internet that I'm on are two completely different internets. Two completely different internets. So I'm trying to get y'all on my side of Google. If y'all stay in Team Natural Google, you'll always get Team Natural results. And that's a fact. Okay? Yes, money come get her. I use edge control to let my edges down, but I wash weekly. Yes, my love. Yes. Think about it like this. Think about it like a crackhead. But I don't do Sunday. I only do crack Monday through Saturday. Sunday, clean as a whistle. You're still a crackhead. Like you're not a crackhead because you don't do crack on Sunday. So just because you shampoo it out on 7 days after you put it on, your follicles have been suffocated for 7 days. So 24 hours times 7. That's how long your follicles been going like that. You see what I mean? Like, you see what I mean, boo? I ain't trying to be, I'm just saying. Like, it's still a crackhead. It's still a crackhead. Like, that's all I'm saying. My husband got to line me up over here because it's looking fuzzy. It ain't even looking crispy and stuff. But I'm just saying, you still a crackhead. My husband be calling me Judge Methods all the time because I always use crackhead analogies. How should I moisturize my dry hair? If your hair is dry, your follicles are blocked, so you need to work on unblocking the follicles, ma'am. Yeah, what I just said. Or you could join the 7-day challenge, and then it teaches you how to open up your hair follicle, how to detox, and all of the things. So it just depends on what you want to do. Cannabis Queen, go watch those videos. Wait, is somebody named Cannabis Queen, or yes it is, girl? Okay. At first, I felt attacked. I was like, how you know? But you not. That's her name. Let me remember. Ooh! Y'all having y'all conversation. Let me stay out of y'all goddamn business. What am I supposed to use though? Okay, this is the thing. This is what we have to unpack right now. And we're not doing a consultation, but this is for you and everybody else. What are you supposed to do for what? I need you to understand your body has a sebaceous gland. Your body produces sebum. You don't need anything external. We're getting into some comments in a second. You don't need anything external. What do you mean? What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to unblock the follicle. So that way that the oils and the oil that's made in your scalp to cover your hair shaft can come out. Give me a second. We're gonna get into some into a bunch of comments of women who were in the shoes that you were in. They stopped with the oils, did the detox, and now they don't have that problem. I threw out all of my natural hair products. Girl. I just want to say I didn't tell her to throw them out because people would be like, "I'm suing, seeing told them." I didn't tell her to throw away nothing. I told them it was stupid to have them, but I ain't tell nobody to throw them away now. Just met this. Oh, I knew you was a crackhead. Most of y'all being crackhead. There's some crackhead stuff. I'm about to go to the comments, but it's some crackhead stuff. Like, what are you doing? It's a scientific fact that oil can't get past that first layer of skin. And it's also a scientific fact that it's not enough of the volatile oils within essential oils that penetrate the blood, the hair shaft, to even mess with the absorption and get to the bloodstream in any way, shape, or form. It's a fact. Actual factual. So why do we keep having these conversations? It doesn't make sense. And real quick, before we move on, I'm just play this real quick to take the edge off. Don't get mad at me.
One friend that always tells you the truth, that never beats around the bush, never walks on eggshells, that hurts your feelings sometimes, he's not the asshole. All your other friends that sit idly by while you destroy yourself and tell you that you're just fine the way you are, they're the assholes. The best friends you can have in the world are the ones that don't care what you want to hear. They only tell you what you need to hear, and they'll keep it 100% real always. The friends that you hate the most in the short term are going to be the ones that you love the most in the long term, because they have your best interest in mind. They want to see you fulfill your potential and be what they know you can be.
Girl, I'm not your enemy. I'm not. I just burped. That was gross. But I am not your enemy. I'm in no way, shape, or form saying that, oh, you're dumb or anything like that. If you choose to keep doing dumb things, even though you know that there are better things that you can do, then yeah, the actions are kind of dumb. Don't get mad at me. Those are dumb actions. Let's go ahead and read some of these so you guys can hear from other women and you don't just think it's just me. Again, the things that I've said today, you don't have to take heed to. The things that I said today, you don't have to listen to. If you want, you can still go grease and oil your goddamn self up and fry yourself like some chicken in the Nevada sun, okay? So this beauty said, hi, Sin. I went to see my dermatologist because I was losing my hair in the back of my head. I am 56 years and going through extreme menopause. She told me to use minoxidil 5% every day, wash my hair weekly, and she also said that it was okay to use grapeseed oil on my hair, not my scalp, but on my hair, because the minoxidil does dry out the hair and scalp. I'm going to read it again. The doctor and the dermatologist, hold on. The doctor/dermatologist did not say, oh, put oil on your hair because you need it. When she's using minoxidil is there to reset the hair growth cycle along with killing yeast and bacteria and things of that nature that are on the scalp. And that also slows down the sebaceous gland from producing so much sebum, which in return will result in your hair being a little dry while you're treating the scalp with minoxidil. Does that mean that the scalp or the hair needs oil? No, it does not. It means that while you're on minoxidil or while you're using something that is changing the sebaceous gland's ability oh my God, to release, create and release sebum in a healthy regimen, right? In a healthy flow, is going to be interrupted if you're on something like minoxidil. So she's saying you can use an oil like grapeseed oil on the hair, not the scalp, on the hair. This is a dermatologist. If grapeseed oil and if oils and butters were great for the scalp, the dermatologist would have told her to use that, don't you think? Okay, every day, 5% every day, wash my hair weekly. And she said that it was okay to use grapeseed oil on my hair because the minoxidil does dry out the hair and scalp. She said the oil has a moisturizing effect. Moisturizing means it blocks things. She didn't say hydrating. The dermatologist did not tell her that the oil was going to hydrate her hair. It had a moisturizing effect. I digress. These are things that you have to write down. There's a difference between moisture and hydration. I've been following her instructions and I am not losing hair anymore and actually growing fuller in the last month. But since I wash my hair weekly now, my scalp feels so much better in the back and my hair is happy. I still follow you and told my dermatologist about you. She said that you are a great cosmetologist and to keep up on your YouTube platform, letting everybody know about how to correctly care for the hair. Thank you, Sin, for everything, right? So that's just one. We have more, right? We have more, but I'm going to the comments really quick for you just to let y'all know I'm not randomly pulling stuff out of my butt, okay? Okay, so I just woke up to you like I just got help. I am natural. I think I have seborrheic dermatitis. I grease my scalp. And a day or two later, my scalp is covered in scabs. How do I take care of my scalp? You keep it clean. Nothing goes on the scalp but shampoo. Think about the fact that every other race of woman walking the face of the earth puts nothing on her scalp but shampoo. Her hair is down her back and she has no problem with hair growth. But the women who constantly put oils, butters, and greases on the scalp are struggling with hair growth and inflammation. Then a lot of y'all like to be like, Indian women do not oil and grease their scalp. You've never seen an Indian woman with stringy, oily hair. And if you did, she had major sebaceous cysts. I have a video all about it. So what you need to do is learn the human body. When you learn the human body, you'll see that all of the things that you think you need, you really don't. You have to learn the human body. That's what you have to do. I threw them all away because I wanted to shampoo and conditioner and leave and it's working. Listen, it's what it is. Are you talking to me? Take the accolades as possible. It's working too. Are you talking to me? I'm gonna go past you. Y'all don't, I'm not gonna take. I know you meant well by that, but we grown. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. Y'all detoxing from the inside out. Detoxing from the inside out. But seriously, I'm so thankful though. Just 2 weeks ago, I had to get off the phone with my mom and take my baby scalp was so inflamed and in pain. Maybe when I feel you, but what were your patterns beforehand? Like what did you put on your scalp during that day before the inflammation started? The pain went away. All right, so that's pretty much whenever I start feeling my vibe change, that just means it's time for me to go ahead and walk off of here. I'm gonna read y'all comments, then we're gonna read a couple more people's testimonials, and then we're gonna head off of here, guys. Because I have said everything I need to say. Seeing my scalp is burning in the nape area, it has broken off in this area over years. I found out I had androgenetic alopecia. I had a scalp biopsy, but my dermatologist hasn't addressed the scalp pain. Okay. This is the thing. And I'm about to read some more comments. And this is the part, if you're sensitive, then think real quick. Because I'm not going to miss words. It's 7 o'clock in the PM here in Vegas. I'm in my room, my bed's over there. I'm not missing words. So I'm just gonna give people who sensitive time to leave out so you don't get offended. Blah blah blah. Say even the people who ask the question, if you easily offended, then if you have scalp pain, your scalp is inflamed. So everybody who's going to ask me questions like this, along with your question, so the same question, scalp pain, pause, period. Over the years, since before the scalp pain started, I put this, and this on my scalp, and I shampoo my hair this often. Unpack all of those things below because there was a trigger that caused your inflammation. The pain, the burning is inflammation. There was a trigger. Whether it was you using a sulfate-free shampoo that wasn't strong enough to remove the bacteria, whether it was you greasing and oiling the scalp, whether it was you put it, there's something you did to cause the inflammation. There is a trigger to the inflammation. And this is what I'm talking about. Oils on the scalp are a trigger to inflammation. Butters on the scalp are a trigger to inflammation. Essential oils on the scalp are a trigger for inflammation. What are the triggers to y'all's inflammation? Y'all telling me right now, all you telling me about is the inflammation. What were the triggers? We have to be accountable. We have to be. The reason that your dermatologist isn't able to give you information is because you haven't told them the trigger. All they know is they ran the test. They see that you have androgenetic alopecia. They're able to see the end result and diagnose. But first, there was a trigger. Then there was the inflammation that led to the androgenetic alopecia. They cannot, all they can do is diagnose and treat the androgenetic alopecia at the place that it's at. But if you want to reset it and stop it from happening again, you have to then, what is my goal? If you want to restart it and stop it from starting again, then you have to first find the trigger and stop the trigger. So again, what are your triggers? What do you put on the scalp? What do you put on the hair? Even if you think that it's okay. All I put is this oil. It doesn't matter. What are the oils and butters? What are the products that you're putting on the scalp? What are the triggers? If you have inflammation, burning, pain, all of the things, that is inflammation. Something you did triggered it. And if you can't take, not you per se, but if you can't have the accountability of pointing out the triggers, then we won't get anywhere. The reason that your dermatologist can't fix it once and for all is because the thing that triggered the inflammation, you still at home doing. Most likely the thing that triggered your inflammation is you oiling and buttering and putting stuff that don't belong on the scalp. Y'all put all types of stuff, serums, all types of stuff. Oh, it says it can go on the scalp. Like you put all of the things on the scalp, or you don't shampoo the hair enough, or you always have braids and things of that nature. All of these things are triggers. If we're not addressing the triggers, I cannot help. And that's just that on that. Science doesn't work like that. Science isn't just, oh, oh. No, I need to know your pattern. I need to know the things that trigger the inflammation. That's it. I'm not really talking about stuff. Girl, I have a whole video on the dicky method. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just, there you go. Most women who've been following the dicky method got scalp inflammation. Because the dicky method, don't it teach you wash and goes? Don't it teach you to add a puddle of products to your hair, put that all over your hair and leave it wet and all that, air dry and all of that? That's why y'all got scalp inflammation. Y'all all have the same thing. And that's why I'm saying list the triggers, because when y'all list the triggers, y'all all gonna be saying the same thing. And that's why I get so intense with stuff, because y'all know that y'all are all doing the things that I'm saying y'all doing, but yet when the people who want to sell you the oils, they be like, "Oh, she lying." I'm like, "Y'all, because you believe in what they say about me takes away your accountability. I'm not taking away none of your accountability. You have inflammation. You have burning, tingling in your scalp. You caused it. You triggered it. What have you been doing that triggered it? The Dicky method. Yeah, the Dicky method. You triggered it. Everybody who did the Dicky method, the majority of them have scalp inflammation right now today. Your dermatologist is shampooing and blow drying their hair every day. They don't understand the concept of y'all following all of these methods. The Dicky method, the sundial method. I don't even call it the sundial method because it's not a method. It's basic science. It's basic anatomy. Basic anatomy. You don't leave hair wet. The hair is weakest when it's wet. The longer you leave the hair wet, the weaker it is. The longer the hair is wet, the more susceptible your scalp is for follicle infections. The reason that you have that issue is because you've been doing the Dicky method, putting a bunch of polymers and heavy things that attract yeast and bacteria. And you saturate your hair in oils and butters and greases, and then you just let it air dry. You know what you're doing while you're doing the Dicky method? You should call it the bacteria method, because all while your hair is wet, all while you sleep with that cap on your head, all while your hair is wet, the bacteria is multiplying. It's eating that oil, that grease, that butter, all them products that you put on it. The yeast and bacteria that live on your scalp is eating it. And after it eats it, it metabolizes it. And after it metabolizes it, it poops it out right on your scalp. That's the inflammation. Those are the triggers. First is triggers, then it's inflammation, then it's seborrheic dermatitis. It's a fact. Regardless of how you want to try to look at it, not you, babe. Regardless of how you want to look at it, regardless of how you want to pack it up and put it in a bowl, when the triggers stop, the inflammation does too, and that disorder goes away. It's a fact. I'm gonna read some stuff in a second. I love y'all. This is not a hair product type of live. I love y'all so much. I'm not teaching hair products and stuff like that. I love y'all so much. If y'all want like hair product suggestions, oh Sid, what exactly do I do to fix it? That is what the 7-day challenge is for. If you want to just a quick fix, a quick boom, then okay. If you want to go deep, the Girl Stack a Blueprint. But all of the information is on there. I hope y'all don't get offended. I'll teach as much as I can here to help y'all change y'all routines and y'all patterns on your own. But if you want me to break it down for you step by step, one of my classes or one of my courses, links are all in the description box below, but I'm not giving any of that information if you're freebie. I'm sorry. The worst shit I could have ever done. It is. I love you, but it is. But the thing is, things are only a problem when they go unfixed. And you see it, you can't be manipulated by it. You can't. Nothing's hiding from you if you can see it. If you can see it and if you can look it right in the face, you can change it. I'm gonna read the rest of y'all comments, and then I'm going to get to a couple of women. All of them are over 50. One woman's over 70. I'm just being honest. And if the shoe don't fit, do not put it on. I'm not talking to you. I'm no longer speaking to the generation of women, my generation of women that want me to show and prove. I'm not proving nothing to y'all. Take a look. It's in the book. Being rainbow. That's what we doing. Girl, I'm not doing it. I'm just not. I gave y'all all the information, go search it. Yes, just recently from your content, and I caught a live. I'm glad you're here too, and I'm about to put my glasses on because everything is looking a little blurry. There you go. Hair just wet and a mess. That's what I'm saying. And then, but I made a video about that. The Dicky, whatever the hell his name is, I made a video about it. But every time I make videos about it, like be like crabs in a bucket. She just trying to tear him down. It's like I made a video about that years ago. What do you mean? But Cree's channel, Cree's in here, so you can go over to Cree's channel wherever you want, man. Cree's channel right there. Nothing happened. But y'all gotta realize y'all been here on my channel for years. I don't regularly like when me and Creed went live and when me and T went live and stuff. Those are things that I do, like if I have a spirit of the moment type of thing. But I know that y'all see a bunch of channels on YouTube that are transitioning to like they just sit around and podcast and talk and stuff. I'm not one of those girls. I'm just not. Like me and Cree are still really good friends. We talk almost every day. Like I just talked to her earlier, but she has her own race that she's running, and I have my own race that I'm running. Sometimes we'll get together when we do stuff, but there's nothing's wrong, nothing happened. But y'all never met me me like I'm not that type of female. I'm just not. Not that being that type of female is a problem, but I'm not like a walking through the woods and like you always gonna see me and 3, 5 other girls. I'm not that girl, and y'all know that about me. So whenever me and Creed have an idea or we have something that we come and present, then I mean we'll do a lot together. But nothing happened. Okay, nothing happened. Nothing happened. All right. The whole time I've been on YouTube for over a decade. Y'all can count on one hand how many times y'all seen me go live with other people. So when we go live again, we're gonna go live again. But there's nothing wrong. And I had the nerves of putting you. Woo! Okay, so how long ago was it that you did that? Listen, if don't nobody else have accountability, or don't nobody else unpack in 2025, you've done it. You asked the question, oh, my scalp is on fire, it's burning, da 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 da. I said, okay, let's list our triggers. You went straight to your trigger and you have accountability. You like, okay, it's the Dicky person, thingamajigger. And you're able to just unpack all of these things. Okay, so now at the place that you're at now you know you've grown a wild amount of yeast and bacteria in the scalp. That's what you feel. Whatever you've been doing, whatever your hair care regimens are now, they all need to change. Because obviously the routines and patterns that you still have right now are causing inflammation, right? So that's why I really, really want you to unpack this thing. Girl, you would have thought I had something. But that's what I'm saying. I really want you to unpack it. I really, really want you, all of y'all, to unpack y'all patterns and routines, unpack the different things that you've used. And when you unpack them, you can fix it. You can do it yourself. It may take you a little longer if you want me to do it. If you want me to do it, you have to sign up for one of my courses. I'm not just on those days are gone. Scalp is being antiseptic, works wonders for severe dermatitis, but it doesn't heal severe dermatitis. It temporarily calms the symptoms that show up. The triggers and the inflammation are still there. So it does not cure severe dermatitis. I don't care what they say about your friend, baby. That hair is serious. Thank you. Girl, I got an outgrowth right now, bro. Ooh! I'm not taking a band-aid because it's bro, but I had a brisket. I made a brisket. I'm not supposed to have beef. I don't have no outbreaks on my scalp or nothing like that. But girl, and it was a big brisket too. So I had it for 2 days. The first day we had brisket tacos, right? What did we have the first day of brisket? It was tacos and then right? Yeah, and then we made Chipotle. And then we made Chipotle bowls. So I got okay. I don't know. We're not from the West Coast. I don't know what that was. As soon as I stopped doing it, washing my hair regularly and putting the brush on like normal. Listen, it was bad. Like it. All you have to do is stop. Just stop. I'm not telling you to go buy nothing extra. I'm telling you to stop using all the extra shit that you done bought and just be normal. Stop putting all the stuff on yourself. Just be normal for a second. It's gonna be blocking her follicles and her pores and her cuticle. If you want to do that, that's what's happening. So I mean, I wouldn't, but if the science is gonna be the same for everything. Like, don't let me just repeat myself again. It's the same. Following the dermatologist's recommendations now, since I know I can't use oil on my scalp, I'm also no longer wearing weaves, which yeah. So those are the things we just have to be intentional. Like be intentional about the things that you've done over the years that could be triggered. And even if you don't know what your trigger could be, let that be your homework for tonight. If you have burning and itching in your scalp, look at all of the triggers. Look at the things that I've named as triggers and look at how many of those things that you do and just stop doing it for a week. And if the inflammation don't stop, then I was wrong. Okay, but it's not. It's gonna stop. It's gonna stop. I guarantee it. So what do you have to lose? Literally, the only thing you have to lose is inflammation. Oh my God. Ooh. That's all you got to lose is inflammation. That's it. I haven't put it on my scalp for about 2 months, and I regret all of the natural methods because my hair is dry and falling out. Because hair weathering has set in, and I'm sorry you're going through that, but it's hair. It grows back. You can detox and reset. You can. But hair weathering, I've been telling y'all hair weathering takes 6 months to 25, 27 years to set in. I've been telling y'all that for about 10 years. But nobody, everybody was like, I'm just about to wait and see. I'm just about to wait and see. So now we out here in these weathering streets. Hey everyone, I do feel like there is a grave disconnect because growing up, we see the grease, the tight braids, the lack of shampooing, the contoxin. But my thing is, it doesn't have to, it's only a disconnect if you won't move on. There, listen, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I have so many crackheads in my family. It's so much stuff that our ancestors and our parents and the people who came before us did that we don't do no more. Like marrying our daughters off as soon as they start their period, like trading our daughter as soon as they start their period for a cow. It's a lot of shit that our ancestors did that we don't do anymore. A lot. Why is this the one thing that's so hard for you to disconnect? Our ancestors were grazing their scalps because they were in the field picking cotton and sun was shining directly on their scalp. So they used grease as a way to protect themselves from the sun. That's why they were greasing their scalp. That's where the origin of it is. It's not backed by any scientific data in any way, shape, or form. So the disconnect is women won't allow themselves to learn new things and implement those new things. There's no disconnect. All of this information has always been here. Okay? Annie Turnbull was a masterful chemist and herbalist and cosmetologist that had they weren't doing those things. They weren't. And then the things that they did do that they still hadn't really learned when things evolved, that's what happened. Just like Annie Turnbull. Madam C.J. Walker was not the first person to invent the pressing comb. She was not. Annie Turnbull was. And Annie Turnbull was Madam C.J. Walker's teacher. But Annie Turnbull taught them how to make $1 out of 15 cents. So Andy Turnbull told them, okay, after you, even when you see something that I do, you can take it, keep the core the same, but you can make adjustments. And that's what Madam C.J. Walker did. The original pressing comb that Andy Turnbull made, the teeth were a lot further apart. Where Madam C.J. Walker came and was like, okay, what if we put the teeth closer together? She put the teeth closer together. It was a different design. So because it was a different design, she got a patent for another design. But there are 2 patents for the pressing comb. One for the teeth being close together and one for the teeth being further apart. Know your science, know your history so you don't repeat it. But our ancestors were not stupid. They were not. They stuck to the science. They stuck to the science. And elaborate braids were not something that they wore every single day. It wasn't. And the ones that did had damage. They did. Your hair is not supposed to be braided every second of every hour of your life. It's not. Not understanding that all of these things are what is slowing and killing the follicle. And so terrible. It's very, and the thing is, there is all basic anatomy. If you go on YouTube right now, there are dermatologists, YouTubers on here like, don't pull the scalp, don't do this, don't do that. And all through the comments, all you see is, oh, well, we can't do that because we black. I'm about to get a clip. Y'all be like, we can't do that because we black. We black girls can't do that because we black. So, my triggers. Oh, listen, these my y'all my people. Forget everybody else. Y'all cool, but not really. Like the unaccountable people. I don't want to talk to y'all today. I don't. I want to talk to y'all today or tomorrow. I just don't. Mhm. I don't. I don't want to talk to my accountable people. My triggers were leaving in conditioner, not washing my hair enough and correctly, and then I started putting oil on my scalp. Castor oil, essential oils, teas, mix system. Now my scalp is on fire. Listen, baby, stop it, start over, and it'll stop. Stop all of that stuff. And you know where you got that from? You got that from YouTube because YouTubers told you that if you black, you gotta put all this shit on yourself. It's bullshit. It is. This is the result. It'd be different if it was just one of y'all with this problem. The majority of y'all have the same issue. And everybody has the same triggers. Let's get into what are we talking about? Everybody has the same trigger and everybody has the same form of inflammation that is eventually going to lead to the same seborrheic dermatitis, folliculitis, CCCA, alopecia areata, folliculitis. Should I keep going? What are we talking about? It's cool in your teens, 20s and 30s. Listen, then as you get older, listen, just assume that it's hormonal, which that itself is a problem. Having irregular hormones is never a good idea. But anyways, but that's the thing. Most of the time, you've been following all of these team natural people for the last however many years you've been following them all through your 20s. And once you get to your 30s, you get to about 33, 35, then your hormones be like, oh, all that shit you was cooking, all that shit you was putting, it's time to pay up. And then you like, well, my great grandpa on my grandpa's side had alopecia, so it's genetic. No, it's not. It's not. My baby daddy sister-in-law cousin on their daddy's side with the clip foot and the fat eye on the left, they got alopecia. And I ate some of their cake. So I think I didn't caught the goddamn alopecia from them. That's how y'all be sounding. It's not that. It's all of the habits and patterns and routines that you've been following. They finally caught up to you. I meant what I said, and I stand on every word that has ever came out of my mouth. Because in 2025, it's all coming past. So why would I stop? No one realizes it was all of those things you did from like 12 to 40. Yeah. Because when you first put on, that's why I get so irritated when people be in my comments say, I put it on my scalp every day and it worked good. It's like everything works until it doesn't. You can do the same. Think about it. I remember, girl, when I was younger, I could drink a couple of things of clear fruit, a couple of things, hot Cheetos. Oh my God, it's a Bosco sticks, it's a mozzarella stick. Girl, will be nothing. What are you talking about? That was lunch. Let me do that shit now. We wouldn't be having no video. I'd be like, oh shit, now. I'm gonna see y'all later in a minute now. I'm gonna see y'all in a minute. It'll catch up to you. The Dicky method made my scalp inflamed. I cut my hair from hydro fatigue and had to start all over. Girl, stop. Listen. For those who don't know, the Dicky method basically means wet your hair and put a bunch of shit on it and then walk around with your hair wet all goddamn day. That's what it means. Petri dish. That's what you call it, the Petri method. My scalp feels good. I shampoo, dry my hair thoroughly, put the little products on my hair. It's very simple. Hair care is so simple. It's so simple and easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. I relax. I wash every week. I gotta put my glasses on. I can read. My eyes is like a camera. It's going in and out. There it is. I just don't like the glare. It's annoying. Perfect. Toast, blow dry, and leave in flat iron. No more inflamed scalp, and my hairline is growing back. It's easy. All she did was stop doing all of the extra stuff and did her hair like the rest of the planet. Just like the rest of the planet. Thank you for being with me tonight, babe. I appreciate it. You could be anywhere else, but you're here with me. Thank you. I appreciate your explanations. Glad I subscribed. I'm glad you subscribed too. Hey, you guys, make sure you check the link in the description box below. Again, if you don't want to take the time to watch all 1,000 of my videos and you want me to break it down for you, then join the 7-day challenge or the growth cycle. It's really the mindset that needs changing. Yes, ma'am. Once we fall away from the fads and focus on the health, you will see that everything that we were taught was wrong. The people were not wrong. It's just what they did. Listen, and that's the thing. Like, when I first received my cosmetology license, I didn't know all of the things that I know now. Cosmetology goes into cosmetology. It doesn't go into all the layers of the human scalp and the body and the respiratory system and the gut and scalp connection. That's not what cosmetology school is for. These are things that I learned after cosmetology school. The problem is Black women you have this thing where you feel like if I look like you, there's no way that I can know more than you. And there is. There are other women who look like me that know way more than I know. And those are the women those are the dermatologists that I work under. Those are the nurse practitioners that I work under. But on social media, you think that because my skin is the same color as yours and because I'm not like, oh my God, that there's no way that I can know more than you, but I can. And you can know more than me. In this situation, most of y'all don't. But if everybody could be like, okay, I've never really taken the time to learn the human scalp and the layers of the human scalp. But what if you did? Yes, they're in the description box, baby. I'll go over them right before we get ready to go. I'm gonna get to this last comment and then I'm gonna... Mm-hmm. I know I'm far down. I'm sorry. I just don't want to miss nobody. Yeah. Oh, sister says she don't have a live yet, y'all. Oh, I seen that video, babe. I was embarrassed and saddened to know. It's okay. But it's not a big deal. When you know better, you do better. For example, I tell y'all my hair color story all the time. While I was in cosmetology school, I wasn't on a level yet where I should have been coloring my own hair. I wasn't there yet. We had just opened the page of the color module. I wasn't on the floor yet. I got too big for my britches. And I was like, oh, this is a color module. And we hadn't even got to lifting yet. We wasn't even there. We was not there at all. But I skipped all the way to lightning, and make a long story short, your girl was looking like Carrot Top. I didn't understand that once you put the lightener on, it's gonna go through different levels. I just saw orange. I was like, oh my God. And then I rinsed it out. If I would have left it on, then it would have been different. But it's the same thing. Like as you grow and as you learn, you make adjustments. But if you think you know everything, then you don't have the chance to grow and learn from your mistakes because you know everything, even though you haven't studied anything in the area that you think you know everything in. But I digress. I just watched Cree's video on roller sets. Yes. Yes, make sure y'all go watch my sister videos. That's what I'm saying. Like, go watch her videos. Like, if I want to post for today, or after you watch my videos, go watch my sister videos, or just watch my sister videos whenever the hell you want to watch my sister videos. But go watch them, baby. I love him. It's amazing the amount of people hate on you for telling the truth about the science of hair. Girl, and I don't give a shit because ain't nobody gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight when nobody burp a grape if their name was Welcher, so I do not care. I do not care. I do not. It's not hurting me at all. What's funny, actually, the more people talk about me, the better my channel does. Because the women who I'm actually in alignment with, because the thing is women who believe what people say about me, you're not my cup of tea anyway. I'm not here for you. I'm an acquired taste, my baby. I'm not for everybody, and that's cool. I don't want to be for everybody. But The women who are for me are women who can think for themselves. So the women who are for me are not going to hear somebody talk about me and be like, oh, I don't like her. They're gonna be like, let me go see for myself. And then they come over and be like, hell no. That's why they hating. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. I don't. I love y'all so much. Yes. I love the accountability. Yes. It propels you closer to your goals. And this is my favorite. This is like one of my favorite lives. I don't think I've ever had this many women back to back. It's everything. I want to further my education in trichology. I've been doing hair for 5 years. Do you have any suggestions for different schools? Don't get mad at me, but I don't suggest schools because I don't want to be held liable for what happened. And on top of that, I don't want anybody to I don't share what schools I went to because people are weird. Like, okay, I don't watch her, it's not a thing. But I remember, it would be scrolling things that you watched in the past pop up. Her name's Peach McIntyre. Give me a two if you know who she is. Anyway, people don't like her. Who cares? I don't give a shit. It's not about that. I don't care. But women don't like her so much. They found out she was having a court date and she was going to court online or something like that. And there were so many people from YouTube that had logged into her court date that the judge was like, okay, well, we're just going to reschedule the court date because there are too many people in line. There were hundreds of Black women in her live for her court date because they hate her so much. I'm not sharing my information, my private information on social media. I'm just not doing that. So sorry about that. And did, and did, said, I sure did. So that way, whenever they come back around and be like, I learned, you like, no, you didn't. Sam taught you that shit because that's what's happening right now. Everybody like, oh, but YouTube is forever, and y'all can go to videos I made 10 years ago and see some of the same shit that I said 10 years ago. Wow. Mm. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Girl. And I just got one question. Why? No, I don't say that because I don't think y'all want me to be myself, so I'm not gonna say it. Y'all guys, give me a thumbs up. Like, what's going on? Free of charge, but this is as deep as I'm gonna go for free. If you want step by step, Sam, how do I detox? How do I do this? How do I reset my? The courses are linked in the description box below. And if you can't afford it right now, you can sign up through Sizzle. And I even have it where you can pay, like, you can put my courses in layaway. You can pay monthly. When you add it to the cart, you can go down to where it says Sizzle right before you put in your card information, like go past where you put your card information in, and then it's going to be an icon that says Sizzle. Click on that, and you can for the payments. It's loose leaf. It's all loose leaf. My dermatologist prescribed. No, it's not eczema. You're resetting your skin cell turnover cycle. Keep using it. Most likely, what you've done, your skin cell turnover cycle is supposed to happen every 28 days. So if you've been oiling and greasing your scalp, it hasn't been turning over. So if your skin cell turnover cycle hasn't turned over for years because you've been doing team natural stuff, now that the dermatologist is giving you things to kill the yeast and bacteria, all of those layers of dead skin that were supposed to come up are coming off. No, that's not eczema. Don't stop using it. And I'm not being disrespectful, but literally almost every single woman that goes to the dermatologist has this thing. And then they'll be like, I saw it or I stopped using it. No. You have to undo the things that you've done. And once you go to see a dermatologist, they give you a medication to kill the overgrowth of yeast and bacteria. Now there's nothing there to stop the skin cell turnover cycle from happening. So all of those layers of dead skin that weren't able to fall off are now falling off. No, it is not eczema. No, it is not dandruff. It is you resetting your natural hair growth cycle. Let it do its job. Girl, I think it's stupid, is what I think. Hang your head upside down. Just shampoo your hair and go like this. This is scalp massage enough. It's stupid. That's what I think. I used to get caught up in the words like essential organic serums and out of stock gimmicks. And I thought you were the crazy lady. Now my bald spot grew in because of you send out. And that's what I'm saying. Listen, thank you for your accountability. But can I just say that that's what be making it hard out here for a pimp? Like, well, I know pimp, I'm a one woman. You know what I'm trying to say, a one man and woman. But the stuff that irritates me is like, what the thing is, if y'all all do the process of elimination, what do I gain by telling you not to put oils and butters in your scalp? What do I gain? The people that are telling you to do it, you can answer that. They tell you to click a fucking link in the description box and you're buying the oil through their link. What am I gaining telling you not to buy things that I can also get a commission from? Make that make sense. Make it make sense. So you go follow the people who gonna make money off of you listening, but the person who's not gonna make any money off of you listening, you don't listen to. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And most of the people that y'all listen to that tell y'all that I'm not telling the truth got the same amount of hair on their fucking head as I got on my forehead. Hello, I don't got no hair on my forehead, baby. Neither do they, huh? So, but you know, I digress. Mm-hmm. 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 I'll show y'all in a second when I'm about to read. Yes, I'm going to show y'all sizzle in a minute, and then we're gonna leave after I just promised y'all I would read these comments. So I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Everything she is saying is true. It took me 50 years to find out this truth. Now my hair is growing back, and I'm 60 years old, male. I was putting Blue Magic on my scalp, Jamaican black castor oil on my scalp before that stayed soft grow. Before that was the good friends oil, but I kept losing hair and I didn't know why. Thank you so much. Your hair growth challenge changed my life. Knowing my hair's profile was a game changer for me. Sipping on my rosebud tea from your amazing apothecary. You hit the nail on the head. It takes years sometimes for the damage to appear. I can look back 5 years before and up to the skedaddle appeared. Hydro fatigue, daily washing goals, not combing, coconut oil, henna. I could see the mechanical damage just before starting the growth challenge. Listen, I'm not making things up. And if I'm lying, all of these women are lying too. They're all making it up too. Why would they do that? It really doesn't make sense. Why would these women lie? Why would they all make it up? Thanks for the video. I'm coming out of CCCA, alopecia, scalp, and and when I started listening to your video, I stopped using oil and my scalp feels so much better and my hair is thriving and looks better. The product I started using was BioSilk products, and they are wonderful. Thanks so much. I'm still learning from you. Like, what are they're lying too? Are they lying too? Are all of these women lying? As a young woman, I had a beautiful head of hair. I did not put any oil on my scalp, and my hair was healthy. I also shampooed weekly. I had it professionally done bi-weekly. But fast forward to decades later and the pandemic and me applying and reapplying creams and oils and butters to experience thinning. I definitely believe that there is truth to this message. My issue now is that I struggle to identify a regimen that will promote growth. Yes, we are encouraged to use products with rosemary, mint, etc., to promise growth along with natural oils and especially in the problem areas. These none of these women know each other. Y'all are all saying the same thing over and over again. And this is a man. Y'all are all being fed the same crock of bullshit, and everybody's following it. My G is 82 years old, and her hair broke off at the roots behind her bangs. Her doctor gave her an ointment to use daily and told her to shampoo and let the scalp breathe and to lubricate her ends. She followed what he told her, and it filled back in after a few months. She was given a homemade thick concoction that made that happen. The doctor told her what Sin is saying. Thank you for giving us A1 information. This woman just said her grandmother is 82 years old. And guess what? Your 82-year-old grandma, or however the hell old your grandma is the same person who told you to oil and grease and butter your scalp. Your 82-year-old grandmothers, your 50-year-old mamas, your 50, 60-year-old aunties are the ones booking consultations with me. They are my clients. So while you're in your 20s and in your 30s, ready to argue with everybody, this is your future. And even when the older generations that have been teaching you to oil and butter and grease the scalp, they go see a dermatologist, and a dermatologist tells them everything that you've been doing, stop it and do this. Which is the same thing that I've been telling you when her hair grew back within the month. At 82 years old, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? See, you're absolutely correct about your research. My parents are from Trinidad, and specifically on my mother's side, this type of information was passed down. Herbs were always used for healing of the body, not topically on the scalp, unless there was some type of issue. But these things were immediately washed off. Herbs are extremely potent. My husband's family is from Haiti, and they literally made castor oil in the kitchen, which was used similar to the way that Vicks is used in America. When used on the hair, it was after to wash the locks in moisture. But again, on the strands of their hair. Everything has become extremely superficial, and most women are just not making the connection that their hair loss has to be addressed holistically, mind, body, and spirit, all stated in the most loving tone possible. Y'all, do we have to keep having these conversations? Do we have to keep speaking on whether or not I'm making shit up or not? Like, if I'm making things up, every woman who is in my comments, every woman who I just read, everybody's lying. The 80-something-year-old, 82-year-old woman, that she lying, the dermatologist lying, her granddaughter lying, all of the other people that commented and their dermatologists that agree with me, everybody's lying. And you know who's telling the truth? The YouTubers that are telling you to buy the oil. That's what you want to believe? It's fine. It is okay. but it's not reality. None of these things are rooted and grounded in reality. All right, none of them. So I really, really hope that these things make sense. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be showing you how to get to sizzle. Hold on, give me a second. Give me 1 minuto. Hold on, y'all. Please, just 1 second, please. If y'all have any questions about the stuff that we were talking about, let me know and I will answer those, and then we're gonna get out of here. Baby. That's my ignore my puppy. That's who was banging on my door. Anytime I raise my voice, he be like, "What's wrong? What's going on in there?" Nothing. Okay, I won't add it because it's just being difficult with me adding a challenge to the course because I'm logged in. I mean to this. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna add it to this. There we go. Starting for that. Hold on, please. Remember, y'all supposed to be asking questions right now. Trying really hard not to sink this long into my ear. Here we go, baby. Okay. And now I have to go back. Okay. So this is how it goes, baby. Okay. So not this. My website's monetized, so there will be pop-ups. Okay, so don't be complaining. Okay. It only does this when I'm on. Only when I'm on. Hold on. We'll come back in a second. I don't know why you're affected. Like a loser. Hold on, y'all. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. I was prepared for everything else except for this one. Okay, so when you have my website, right? Whatever you want, you add it to the cart, right? So what you see right now is me going to checkout. So right now, this is just a T, right? But imagine that this is the 7-day challenge or the growth cycle blueprint that you've added, right? So you add it to the cart, and then once you get to the cart, it's going to say checkout, which I'll show you what that screen looks like in a second. But once it says to go to checkout, you go to checkout, and then you keep scrolling down, right? And then you see right here where it says sizzle, you click on sizzle. And when you click on sizzle, it'll take you to sizzle, the sizzle profile or whatever. And what it shows you, it'll give you like a a payment plan. So you'll be able to break down whatever your end total is into about 4 payments, and then you could join the 7-day challenge or the growth cycle blueprint like that. I have a video coming in a couple of days about the growth cycle blueprint and the 7-day challenge, but that is what this video was about. I told y'all before, I'm not doing like the question and answer lives anymore. If I'm ever doing a live, it's always for a purpose. And today's live was to let you know that the Scalp does not absorb the oils and stuff that you put on your scalp into the bloodstream. It is a lie. People are just saying things out of their mouth to sell you products, right? But again, if you wanted to make the screen a little bigger, if you wanted to sign up again through Sizzle, like I said, you just go add everything to your cart, go to checkout, and then right before you go to checkout is right here. You would just simply click on Sizzle, and then you would continue. You would place the order and pay, and then it'll send you to Sizzle, and then it'll send you directly back to the website whenever you're ready to pay or whatnot, or whenever you're done. So I don't know if it's gonna display this on the screen for y'all when I continue browsing, right? But this is how. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, it is. So now we are on the home page of my website, right? And so if you wanted to sign up for my courses or programs, you can click where it says, and the very top one is courses and programs. Now, one thing that I love about my site, it always shows you how many active members, not how many members have taken ever, but how many active members that we have. So right now, which is crazy, we have 785 active participants, people who are still going through the challenge who haven't completed already. And then in the blueprint, we have 33 participants. Now, what's crazy about that is there's way more information and way more work to do in the blueprint, but they speed through that. But the 7-day challenge is something that you really have to take your time and break down old patterns. And the blueprint has the 7-day challenge with it, right? But you have a couple of regimens, a couple of things that you have to do before you get to the 7-day challenge. So it breaks things down before you get there. But again, you add either one of these to the cart, right? It's saying view details for me because I'm logged in as an admin. So yeah, it's saying view details for me. But and I'm not gonna show you guys that because they're gonna kill me. But you just add one of these to your cart or whatever you want to your cart for that matter. And then once you see right here, this is the cart. You just click on the cart and then you view your cart. And then when you view the cart, you end up in the same place that we were in, where it's now you're not going to expect to see the Sizzle payment thing right here. You need to click check out. Let me make sure I'm still, as you can see it. You need to actually click check out. And then once you click check out, then you end up getting your ending balance and all of the things. And then you can finance through Sizzle or pay with PayPal, whatever it is that you decide to do. So I really hope that makes sense. I hope that answers everybody's question. Hope that answered like how to sign up for the 7-day challenge or the Growth Cycle Blueprint using financing. So you can finance it. I don't have nothing to do with your credit and your standing with Sizzle. That don't got nothing to do with me. But as long as you know everything is okay, yeah, you good, right? So all right. Yeah, but you don't have to, and you don't gotta tell me why, girl. It's your business. I don't care how many 7-day challenges or other groups. I love you guys. It's simple. How do you feel about? Oh, I already answered that question. Yes, here we go. Thank the Lord for Sizzle. Yes, girl. I broke up with my current hairstylist after following your channel. Don't be blaming me for y'all breakups now. I don't got nothing to do with your relationships ending. She was a dusty and oiled my scalp with every sew-in install. I can't believe I was buying. I know a lot of dusty ass cosmetologists that be watching my stuff that be oiling scalps. But you gotta stop busting in my room like that. Hi, Sassy boy. I experience different things when doing different things. My hair grew the most and the healthiest. I'm moisturized. I love you, but water doesn't moisturize. So the only way that you can moisturize something is to create a barrier. Water doesn't create a barrier. Water didn't moisturize your hair. You, you know. But stop saying that. Don't ever say any that whenever I'm in the room with other scientists, I have to make excuses for us like we're not slow. Water cannot moisturize anything. To moisturize something is to create a barrier. Water did not moisturize your hair, sister girl. Please, y'all, please stop saying that. Please stop repeating y'all, because y'all, not you. I'm not gonna talk about you. People just repeat things that they hear other uneducated people say. So one uneducated person said moisturize with water, and then all of y'all start saying you moisturizing with water, and then they think that all black women are slow. They think that all black women think that you can moisturize hair with water. If water moisturized your hair, then you wouldn't need lotion, would you? After you got out of the shower, your skin would already be moisturized because you just took a shower. You were just drenched in water. So if water was your moisturizer, why are you ashy if you don't put on lotion when you get out the shower? Y'all gotta that's what I'm not even talking about you. It's not about the person. I don't remember what your name was. I don't have anything against you. But do y'all see how it's annoying? People who don't believe it are either delusional or live under the sea with SpongeBob. Not SpongeBob. Listen, people, oil is considered butter. It's about money. That's all it's about. And if you believe me, they don't make any. Just think about it. If every black woman believed me, and when I say don't put no oils or butters on your scalp, don't put nothing on the scalp but shampoo. If every black woman on the face of this earth stop putting anything on the scalp but shampoo, if every black woman just stop using every other product on the scalp except for shampoo, do y'all know how many businesses will go bankrupt overnight? Do y'all know how many channels would have no views? Do y'all know how many businesses would fail if y'all actually follow the science of the human body and stop putting anything on the scalp but shampoo? Do y'all know how many businesses would go out? Girl, bye. It's very easy to see. It's very easy to see. It's very easy to see. So you ain't missing nothing, sister. I'm about to head on up out of here. So now that you guys have y'all know how to finance the 7-day challenge and the blueprint. Lord. Now that you my daughter over here checking y'all grammar. Oh no, she's checking my grammar. I'm sorry. You can get out, ma'am. You're not even supposed to be in here. Y'all just wait till y'all hear. I filmed a video a couple of days ago, and I filmed a video telling y'all the difference between the blueprint and the growth cycle. And she was already in here making comments, so I was like, "Oh, say something nice." I'm not even going to tell y'all what she said. I'm not even going to tell y'all. Y'all just have to watch it to like. And I just want to say in advance, I don't agree with what she said. That's not really going to happen. She's not going to do. But I'm about to put you out. Yeah, I have to that. How did I get all the way up here? How do wash the oil out? My cousin did my heat. How do I wash the oil out my cousin did my hair? You gotta use shampoo. It's not, this is the thing. Don't get mad at me. Y'all, YouTubers taught y'all this stuff was complicated. Like, oh, here's a secret word. It ain't no secret word, my baby. If your booty itch or if your booty stink, what you gonna do? What you gonna use? Shower gel. Okay? You don't use shower gel for your hair. You use shampoo. So you gonna get you some shampoo to remove stuff. You need a detox. What you gonna get? You gonna get some shampoo to detox. Come on, don't make it complicated. It ain't deep. It ain't deep like that. It ain't deep like that. It ain't. Okay. Okay. I thought water is for hydration. Yes, water your hair gets hydration from the water that you drink and from the environment. That's why you're not supposed to have oil on your hair because it creates a barrier. And if it's a barrier right there, then your cuticle can't open because it's a barrier, and then it's not going to be able to get hydration from the environment. That's what it is. Your hair gets hydration from the water that you drink and from the environment around you when the cuticle opens to get the water from the environment. And the moisturization, the simple moisturization comes from the goddamn sebum that's coming out of your scalp, goddamn it. And if you want a little bit of something extra, that's where leave-in conditioner comes from. That's it. Oh my God, that's it. My daughter does not have. Okay, I don't know what happened. My daughter has her. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying so hard. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know what the hell you're saying. I'm trying. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf today. I'm not mean like that. Yeah, shampoo. That's about to be the last one. I'm about to go. I just finished washing blow drying and flat ironing my daughter's hair with no added oils, and it came out nicely without burning her goddamn scalp. Hello. And did you know, guys? Did you know that whenever you add oils and things of that nature to the hair, and then you add a blow dryer or a flat iron, the heat is going to oxidize the oils. And guess what happens after that? It affects the hair shaft and the follicle, and it causes oxidative stress. And oh my God, guess what oxidative stress is? It's a trigger. What we've been talking about, triggers that cause inflammation that lead to the scalp disorder. Oh my God, did you know that you just simply putting oil on your hair before you blow dry it can cause your folliculitis? It can be the trigger that causes your different forms of dermatitis. I knew it was the autocorrect. That's why I slowed down because I know it ain't you. Well, I knew it's the autocorrect, but I'm trying, man. Saying I see it's no hard feelings with anyone. That's just how you talk, saying the same shit over and over. Shit be annoying than a motherfucker. You ain't say that, but that's what I'm putting in there. I'm sure it can sound harsh, but not every listen. If y'all want to take it personally, that is personally your problem, okay? Because I don't know you, girl, and you don't know me. You can see me. So you taking a person, she talking to me, girl, I don't see you. I can't see you. You probably right now, you probably got on your drawers. You probably got on your drawers and your bra in the bed. You probably going Deanie. At least one of y'all going Deanie, meaning you ain't got on no clothes, you naked, you going Deanie. At least one of y'all Deanie. I can't see y'all. You can see me, girl. It's not personal, girl. I don't know you. You can't take it personal. The facts are the facts. It is. Don't take it personal. But yes, I've been saying the same shit over and over again for about 12 years. Yeah. And on every level of life, y'all like, sure what she talking about. When I first said it, my hair was honey blonde, relaxed, and in a short pixie cut. I'm not listening to her because her hair is blonde and she doesn't even like to be black and she has a relaxer and she doesn't like to be black because she hates black people. So then I'm like, okay, they think I hate myself because my hair is blonde. I'm gonna color it black. Oh, she's God's not gonna let her in heaven because she hates herself, and God's black with nappy hair, and she doesn't like nappy hair, so she's going to hell, and we don't like her. We're not gonna listen to her because she has a relaxer. So I said, okay, maybe I'll grow my relaxer out, and I won't have relaxed hair anymore, and I'll just go ahead and have do my natural. Like not natural, like do team natural, but I'm just gonna grow my hair out, right? So you gotta go through the stages and stuff. I wasn't gonna wear braids stuff, go through the well, her hair's short. I listen to nobody. It's like, I mean, that's what happens when you grow your hair from a pixie cut. And then it gets longer, it's short before it gets longer. You know, then it got hair. Why is taking your hair so long to grow? Your hair don't even grow long like that. Why is your hair right there for so long? Did it get right here? Your hair been that long for 17 years. Why it take so long to get there? Then now we right here, and it's like, is that really your hair? Or it's like, y'all, everybody can bite me. I don't care anymore. We're past all of those things. We're past all of those phases. Like, I don't care. I hope y'all swim in y'all rice nipple juice. I love your energy and information I'm receiving this. Thank you, Jess. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate all of the women that are not as soft as wet tissue. I appreciate you. You're not as soft as the wet tissue around the May flowers after the April showers, and I appreciate you because I'm not going to keep going through this. Telling grown-ass women that they got to wash their hair like they wash their ass. Now you know. You wash your ass on a regular basis, you need to wash your scalp on a regular basis, huh? You can't keep combing that wig every day, but you ain't combed your head in 6 months, huh? Just little stuff, right? Just little baby stuff with the baby leg, with the baby feet, huh? I love y'all so much. Everybody. I'm not judging nobody. I love everybody. Say it back before we go. Say I love you too. Say it back. Don't just make me say I love you. Bill, get Don't just say my daughter is getting on my nerves. Like, okay. Damn, I made it really fast. I'll fix it when we get ready. It's too late now. I'm sorry, daughter, that I didn't have the proper grammar and the proper punctuation. I apologize. Yes, mommy realizes that. I know it. Okay. They know it too. They know this. Can y'all say that y'all know this? My daughter is complaining about the your that I use. I go. Okay, so I love you guys so much. I hope that today everybody can learn from all of the women that all jokes aside. I hope that if you're watching this on replay, that when you go back and watch, you make sure that you are accountable because all of the women in this live today, well, not all of them. No, all of the women in here were accountable today. Learn from them because nobody's going to get anywhere if they're not accountable. And you don't have to sit wrong, sis, making up. Bite a grape. Go bite a grape, huh? With no teeth in. I know some of y'all missing teeth because only people who mad missing teeth is talking crap. So I need everybody to just take it in. Take the things that serve you and the things that you don't want, leave them behind. Please don't leave your I have a dream speeches in the comments. Please don't do that. YouTube has an automatic system where I have trigger words, and whenever the trigger words are alerted, like cuss words and all of that stuff, blah, 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 then it puts things in a certain category. I go check those things at the end of like every 2 to 3 day period, and certain people that are in that group, they get blocked, and I don't even know how to unblock people. So don't get blocked by mistake, huh? You still want to swim around in oil? Keep it to yourself. Okay? Okay? You want to spin around in oil? Give it to yourself? Okay. Okay, thank you. I love you. Thank you, guys. Oh my God, I love you so much. Yeah, Bella Auntie Cree is talking about you. She's laughing at you. I'm like, you? Next time, you're not coming in. Not really. Bill, my daughter is acting like a little W girl. I can come in whenever I want. You better watch it, Shaletta. Okay, I love you guys too. Oh my God, I love you, sister. Okay, we're done here. So you guys, yes, I do. And you know this, man. They're gonna be missing teeth if they don't brush them. Yeah, that's why I want y'all to try co-washing y'all asses and co-washing y'all gums and y'all teeth like y'all co-wash your hair. And let's see how long y'all be having them. Well, y'all don't mind because y'all be going in people's basements to get veneers, girl. That's a whole nother story. I am sorry. The phone hit my fingers. No, it's okay. No, I was just double checking. I was just making sure because I was confused. Okay. I love you guys so much. Make sure you check the description box for all the information that you need. We have quite a few videos coming up and coming down the pipeline this week. So make sure you tune in. And like this is the thing. Stop being in my stuff. Like, oh Cree, we love you. Go watch her stuff. Go over there and watch her videos because she answered a lot of the questions that y'all be asking that I'm not answering no more. Okay. So go over there because I'm not doing it. Shalissa. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I am sorry. Oh, I already did it. The crazy part is they really do co-wash their body. The latest trend. No, I'm laughing, but I just stopped. You're lying to me. They have the latest trend of water only on that Cuda Mama. Oh my God, a fish market. On that note, we gonna just leave. Cause listen, if y'all ain't washing y'all ass, huh? So, but I got a question. Okay, nothing. Cause y'all, no, we're not about to talk about fucking butt. Mm-mm. No, we're not about to do it. That's enough. That's enough to end. I don't need to be thinking about women. It's already stressful enough that y'all don't wash y'all hair. Now y'all doing water only bathing? Why everybody talking about ancestors, right? And what ancestors want. I'm pretty sure if our ancestors came back right now, they would smacking the hell out of all of y'all. What are you talking about? Throughout history, black people were the ones that taught everybody how to wash their ass. What are you talking about? Throughout history, black people were the ones that taught other civilizations how to wash their ass. Huh? So now in 2025, black girls going all the way back in time, and you saying, you know what? We're going to do the opposite of what our ancestors did. Our ancestors taught everybody to wash their ass. We about to tell everybody the way that you grow hair is to unwash your ass. I do not care. If y'all don't want to wash your ass, you gotta wash your ass. That's how I was raised. I heard it all in my head. head. You gotta wash your ass. I get a whole song in my head. I can hear Swiss beats. You gotta wash your ass. Alicia Keys, forget candles. You and your husband need to remix for Black girls. Forget oil. Forget candles, Alicia Keys. Tell me what it up. Look. You gotta wash your ass. Like, that's what we need to do. I'm over it. Wash your ass tonight, all right? It's 8:00 here, but in other places, it's about 11. Y'all don't got nothing else to do. Turn me off and go wash your goddamn ass. Y'all is funky McNasty. Go wash your ass, okay? Ooh. I'm just disappointed. I am.